Hey buddy, it's Crazy94 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last one, we went through Classic mode, running through as Mewtwo, our first of the DLC fighters. And also a returning fighter from Melee. This time around though, we're going to be heading through Classic mode with the next set of DLC fighters, that being Lucas, a returning fighter from Brawl. Now obviously he is a DLC fighter, so the only way to unlock him is through DLC. Now going to his palette swaps though, we got some pretty good ones. We got the standard Lucas outfit right here. We've got one based off his brother Klaus from the Mother 3 game. We've got more of a orange, blue, purple combo scheme, color scheme. We've got more of a blue with some purple and red. We've got more of a grayer, darker color scheme with the masked man kind of being the main premise of it. We've got more of a brunette Lucas with some purple on his pants and some white and blue stripes. More of a green and brown combo with, based off the dog from the game. We also finally have one based off one of the dragons in the game with a purple and green combo. So yeah, let's get into it. And we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. Going in, not at 7.0, but going up to a measly 8.0. Or I shouldn't say measly, but yeah, 8.0. 9.0 obviously reserved for Falcon. Let's do it. I know some of y'all have been wanting me to play on a higher difficulty for some characters, so here's your wish, right? It ain't 9.0, okay, and I do apologize for that, but yeah, 9.0 is only for like my top character. There might be some characters that I could feel confident enough with going into Classic at 9.0 with, but like yeah, I'm gonna save my sanity. I'm gonna save my sanity for these episodes. But of course, you know, Lucas, he's back in the game. He is of course, you know, a veteran from Brawl. He originated as a character there. I wouldn't say originated, but you know what I mean. He of course did not come back originally in this game, but is now back here as a DLC fighter. Rosen pissed the frick off. Oh my gosh, I hate these CPUs, how they always farm for my KO. It's like, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing how thirsty they are for me. Okay, get out of here, please. Why am I getting combo right now? Stop! Get the, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Get out of here, you stupid princess. Okay, damn, that was like, first battle and I'm already having trouble. That's probably going to be a little bit of a teaser for what to expect today. But going into Lucas, he is a middleweight fighter. He's got very slow walking speed, slightly below average dashing speed, above average air speed, below average falling speed, but it has improved from Brawl, and faster air and falling speeds improve aerial mobility. For his attack speed, several fast moves that he has, very fast moves. His neutral attack starts on frame 2 and his down tilt starts on frame 3, tied for the fastest in the game. I forget who else is fast. I said maybe Ness, I want to say, because he has a fast one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, he's got some fast moves in his arsenal, which is very, very handy. Very, very handy for for the character that he is and what he's trying to do. I think I'm just gonna like do what I did for Falcon and just like concentrate on just like playing the matches and like, you know, reading off the character, like playing, you know what I mean, at the end, or like not at the end, but like when, hold on, let me get this beehive real quick. Reading off stuff about the character at the very end. Oh my gosh, Jeff, chill the frick out, my guy. You're not even from my game. Hold up. Falcon's like doing some stuff. I know I was just talking about you. I know you're my main, my boy. Like it's time for you to leave. I don't like how he has like 2 of the pieces already. Get out of here. Damn it. There we go. That's one piece. Not the one piece. Can I get this? There we go. I got it. Ooh, hello, Final Smash. Don't mind if I do. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. PK Starstorm. Let's just freaking finish this guy off. Beautiful, beautiful timing. You know, can't complain about that. As for general strengths, though, he's got many disjointed hitboxes and range to his advantage. Despite having a small stature, many attacks have disjointed hitboxes, giving him surprisingly good range. His forward smash can reflect projectiles, and he has good KO power. Up smash is among the strongest in the game, KOing as early as 54% when fully charged. Down smash, his first hit is extremely powerful for edge guarding. Also having an exceptional grab game, shortest tether grab in the game, but has very low ending lag and decent range. For the throws, his up and back throws are among the strongest in Smash 4, having being reliable KO options. The forward throw is the strongest of its kind, tied with Bowser, but it's also just generally less used for KOs. The down throw is a reliable combo starter into the neutral air, forward air, or up air, which can confirm KO setups up to 100%, and has the fastest pummel has a fast pummel tied for being the 3rd fastest in the game, which is just really great for extra damage. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. He's got a really good grab game overall. Definitely definitely compared a lot to Ness almost, because Ness also has a really good grab game. Not as much range as Lucas, but still very, very prominent and useful. All right, let's get these guys out of here. Please, Mac, don't try me. Ooh, up smash, damn it. Up smash, goodbye. That up smash is gonna be so fun to use. As for his strong zoning and projectiles, his PK Fire is a good spacing tool, has slight recoil, and gives Lucas breathing room. His grab aerial is great for spacing, can lead into grabs or forward tilts. PK Freeze is a situational edgeguard tool with freeze utility. PK Thunder can hit multiple times, unlike Ness's, and has tighter control plus better distance than with PK Thunder 2. And the PSI Magnet absorbs projectiles for recovery and stalls descent, also deals damage as a semi-spike. Let's have a 1v1 with Sonic, why not? And for his combo game real quick, down tilt can combo into itself, neutral attack and grabs, neutral and forward airs can chain into themselves at low percentages, and down throw can enable extended combo setups and KO confirms. Alright, let's see how this goes. I have some fast moves against Sonic, but he is the fastest character in the game, so I do wonder if that's gonna do anything for me. Or for him, I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Okay, can you like not spin dash everywhere you go? That'd be great. I need to utilize my dash a lot. There we go. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take the SD for the kill. I'm not complaining about that. Going to his weaknesses though. Overall, he has pretty poor mobility. He struggles against fast characters like Sonic and Zero Suit Samus, obviously noticeable there. Has predictable approach, relies heavily on zoning tools which can be countered. KO issues include basically outside of throws and edge guards, he struggles to score KOs without good reads. Smash attacks are strong but very punishable if shielded. There's a lot of precision required with him. The up aerial has a static, smaller hitbox that can miss big opponents. Down smashes 3 separate hits can be punished if misused. Also having some aerial limitations as well, which is very surprising. It has worse auto cancel windows than from back in Brawl. He can't short hop auto cancel most aerials. Ooh, be careful there. Damn, that has a huge hitbox. What the frig? You need to leave. Uh-oh. What do I even do here? Can I absorb it? I thought I could for a second. I got excited, but nope. I got, yeah. Let me do that. Nice, it actually worked. Now it's just you, Meta Knight. No, I thought I was gonna hit him. Recovery concerns as well. Shoot, this is gonna suck. His tether recovery is reliable but very predictable. His PK Thunder recovery can also be reflected or absorbed. Also, just like Mewtwo, no custom moves due to him being a DLC fighter, which limits his flexibility in tournaments that allow customization. Oh, I thought he was gonna roll the other way. Okay, Meta Knight's gonna be tough. He's not a difficult character for Lucas to take on, at least not in this game. Ooh, but he can still be a problem. I was hoping. There we go. Ah, there we go. Down. None of those hits? What the heck? Get out of here. Beautiful. Get the frick out of here. So overall, he is a versatile zoning-oriented character with strong combo tools, powerful throws, and excellent damage-racking potential. His best strengths, of course, being his grab game, his zoning, and combo setups. Main weaknesses, however, having a predictable approach, mobility issues, and occasional KO difficulty. For competitive viability, he's pretty solid, but it requires smart reads and careful play. So yeah, that's Lucas. That's how he works in Smash 4. Pretty fun character. Definitely, has a lot of useful tools to him, which can make him very viable if you know how to use him, right? So yeah, definitely worthwhile of a character to try out. Obviously, you know, there's also Ness, so if like Ness has slightly different usability, so like if you prefer how Ness works compared to Lucas, or vice versa, then like yeah, just go with like who you would want to rather play as. I'm getting my ass handed to me right now. What the frick? I can live that. There we go. Oh my gosh, they like. Of course, that has to be a freaking explosion. Man, this game can suck sometimes. Genuinely, it can really just screw off. Okay, I need to like concentrate like crazy right now because I'm about to freaking lose this. I don't want to. I want to actually like win and get out of here with, you know, no continues. But these meat fires are making it a lot more difficult than they should be. Okay, this guy should be dead. Oh, if only. Watch this. Hold up. Bam! Get out of here. Fire to the face. But going into Brawl, how he changed since, you know, coming back from Brawl. He was ranked low as a low mid-tier overall. His strengths having, you know, solid specials, with PK Fire being a strong projectile, the PSI Magnet being a versatile absorption move, had several solid attacks and a decent recovery, had a number of useful advanced techniques. Weaknesses, however, being that he had short range and limited KO options, unspectacular grab and very exploitable grab release animation. A grounded grab release lasted 10 extra frames, making him highly vulnerable to chain grabs and KO setups. The aerial grab release was also very punishable. He struggled against most of the cast due to just being outclassed. He was better in doubles thanks to less exploitable grab releases and the PSI Magnet synergy with partners. So going into Smash 4 and how he's changed. For general buffs and improvements, the grab release flaw was of course fixed. Those 10 extra frames have been removed, which makes him, you know, not so vulnerable to that. Chain grabbing has also been removed. One of his biggest weaknesses has been eliminated. Recovery has overall been improved. PK Thunder 2 and Rope Snake now cover more distance. Rope Snake gains a hitbox as he grab aerial, and can also boost a lot of zoning options. He also has a stronger combo game, changes to general hit stun canceling and DI weakening improve follow-ups. Down throw is also a now reliable combo starter into aerials. KO potential is also just generally slightly been improved. Up aerial hits harder and has better juggling potential. The rage mechanic also further boosts KO power. As for nerfs and setbacks, he still has received some. He has lost a lot of advanced techniques that he had back in Brawl. Like he cannot use Zap Jump or Magnet Pull anymore, which was like very, very useful to his playstyle back then. Something that I still have yet to learn. Attacks have also been nerfed. He's got lower damage, knockback, and range on several of his moves. Increased startup and ending lag on certain aerials and tilts. As for aerial nerfs, his neutral, forward, and up aerials no longer auto-cancel from short hops. Down aerial has slower startup, oh that's bad, has slower startup and loss down tilt lock setups. Careful there. Heal up a little bit, thank you very much. Up aerial is also weaker, slower, and has less range. KOing is harder overall despite having buffs due to reduced knockback on some of his moves. Mobility issues still do remain. His dash and walk speed have not been improved, while many other veterans got faster. Falling speed and gravity has also been unchanged, making him generally slower relative to the cast. So overall, when coming back from Brawl, he lost many direct tools from Brawl, but benefits a lot from Smash 4's general mechanics. Removal of the grab release exploits and improved combo game do make him better than in Brawl overall, but he was initially weaker at launch, but became moderately stronger after patch 1.1.3. So there we go. That's Lucas. That's Lucas between games. And also, yes, we do have to fight Master Fortress, which is pretty cool. I think I mentioned this before, but any difficulty from 8.0 or higher will make you fight Master Fortress at the end. So just keep that in mind, you know, if you decide to play on a higher difficulty. But I am already in a better position, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I am in a better position than I was with Falcon. Because at this point, Falcon was already on 1 stock. So, you know, I can afford to lose a life if I so please. If I really need to. I'm gonna try not to, but I can if I need to. Also, the extra like jumping power that Lucas has is so useful. It's so nice. One more. There we go. All right, second phase. Let's do it. Easy money, easy money. It's not gonna be as bad as like 9.0. But you know, we're gonna do some stuff. It's still gonna be challenging because it is Master Fortress, of course. I still love the fact that like we can still fight him here. You know, I still love that so much. Hold up, chill out. I didn't appreciate that, buddy boy. Okay, let's go over here. I know the routes. I know how to do this. Bam and bam. Not enough. Okay, how about PK Freeze? I got that guy out of here. There we go. PK Freeze takes care of that. PK Flash would have been better, but like it's fine. You know, like doing these DLC episodes kind of makes me like wish that they actually added custom moves to the DLC fighters. It's such a missed opportunity not doing so. I kind of understand to an extent why they didn't. It still would have been a really fun addition. It really would have. Just kind of a shame that they just, you know, they said screw it. Y'all don't get these cool custom moves. So yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? They decided to screw them off from some really cool stuff, really cool potential. All right, let's get this out of here. One more. Boom. Let's go. Come on. Up smash. And up smash. There we go. Not bad, Lucas. Classic on 8.0 done with my boy. Not bad. Not bad. Now, I did struggle, obviously, a few times with Lucas throughout the run-through, but I think overall it went pretty well. I mean, Lucas is a character that I am comfortable with, I'm comfortable playing as, and I can do stuff with. I can pull off things with this character. I've played it with him. I played as Lucas since Brawl, so like, he's no different. No, he has some differences, but it's still the same character, you know? He's still the same guy. So yeah, I'm just comfortable with the character. He's someone I can play on higher difficulties with. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That's Classic on 8.0 for the first time. Hey, too. Good high score, very solid high score of Lucas, and yeah, I'm proud of myself. Okay, let's see these credits rolling. I know Lucas is going to be very solid for this one. He's got an amazing neutral air. Some pretty solid aerials overall. Yeah, Lucas is going to be a lot of fun for this one, I think. But yeah, I mean, Lucas, I mean, like, he's back, right? It's cool to have him back. He was definitely a character. I remember when Smash 4 was released, and like the characters were confirmed and whatnot, I was very disappointed to not see Lucas back in the game. I was like, well, that sucks, and I didn't know that DLC was gonna be also like, you know, happening. So I'm like, damn, my boy Lucas, he's like my main in Brawl. Like, it sucks that he wasn't coming back. But then obviously DLC was announced. They made the poll be like, hey, or the fighter ballot be like, hey, you know, what characters would you want to have back in this game, or just what characters in general would you want to have as DLC fighters? Now that we have Mewtwo coming back, what's your thoughts, audience? And I was like, I gotta have Lucas, right? I think Lucas and Roy were like two of my two characters I definitely wanted back in Smash Bros, especially since like Roy missed out on Brawl. So like, yeah, it would have been really cool to have both Lucas and Roy, but also Wolf. Wolf was another character I enjoyed heavily back in Brawl, one of my old mains for back in the day. And yeah, those three characters were like some of my top choices for the fighter ballots. As for newcomers though, obviously, you know, Gino was like one of my favorites to always like talk about. I was like, yeah, I want Gino to come in to Smash Brothers. Still crazy how we don't have him as an actual fighter, only a Mii costume. Even though he was like one of the most popular candidates for a DLC fighter. But what can you do? Even Sakurai wanted him back in like Brawl, so maybe someday, maybe Smash 6 if we ever get that. But I think I also like talked about Knuckle Joe from Kirby. That would have been a really cool character. I don't even remember who else was there that was like, hey, this would be a really cool fighter to have as DLC. But I know there's like some in mind. That's a really beautiful image, by the way, back there with Lucas and his brother enjoying some time together. If you know the plot of Mario 3, very sad. But anyways, let's go into his taunts real quick. So we get the up taunt, the side taunt, and a down taunt. All the same from Brawl, but all of them still being really, really good. Oh, hey, nice. Oh, we did that. Okay. Clear solo classic at intensity 8.0 with 2 or more characters. We get the Master Fortress first wave song. I was not anticipating that. I thought it had to be directly at 8.0, so I was gonna do like multiple characters at 8.0. I didn't think it would like actually count Falcon as being like an 8.0 run through. But okay, sure. I mean, my plan is still gonna stick. But like, just still very strange how it actually counted. I guess they could have been like 8.0 or higher, but what can you do? Anyways, let's go into training mode real quick. That's, yeah. Cool that we got the challenge already. Let's get into checking out Lucas's moveset. Also, what was Ness doing to Lucas in that credits thing? That was weird. But going into his final smash, we of course have PK Starstorm. Basically, just like it is for Ness, he summons a shower of like falling stars to just like repeatedly hit the opponent off stage. You can easily combo the opponent back and forth just so like you can really carry your opponent off stage. It's a really, really good final smash to just like, get a point in, right? The stars do descend in the column from the top center of the stage, and of course can be angled in a fanning motion throughout its duration. There's some very small, minor differences between his version and Ness's, but not as, not as prominent as they were back in Brawl, right? Because they worked a little bit differently to each other back in Brawl. But going to his special moves real quick, we have the neutral special, the PK Freeze, where he summons a bit of like an icicle, a snowflake, out of his hands, and after a bit can explode the snowflake and then like basically, if an opponent gets hit by it, they will freeze. He will literally freeze the opponent, and the more damage the opponent has on them, the longer they will of course be frozen for. It can also allow for a lot of like combo setups going into that and just like dishing out a bunch of extra damage on the opponent while they are frozen. Very, very good. It can also be concluded a lot sooner, and it can be angled quite a bit as well. Can angle it quite a bit to the opposite side of him. Can also do some mind games. Can also bring it like a little bit closer to him if the opponent's going up. Yeah, but he does become helpless in the air if he does use it in the air, so just keep that in mind. Going to side special though, PK Fire, of course, the classic. Compared to Ness's version, he just releases a lightning bolt shaped PSI projectile. But this one only hits once instead of trapping the opponent like Ness's does. Also, in the air, his does still go horizontally compared to Ness's, which goes more diagonally downward. And also in the air, it does cause a little bit of a recoil to him if he uses it. So keep that in mind, both in the air and on the ground. But it becomes a more effective spacing tool than Ness's PK Fire. Going into the up special, we have PK Thunder, basically just the same as Ness's, but again works differently. Can control this lightning bolt of thunder that can do some like residual damage against opponents, which is pretty good. Also can be used to like give opponents off stage, do some stage spiking stuff, pretty useful. But instead of only hitting once like Ness's does, Lucas's can hit multiple times, allowing for multiple hits. Also for the PK Thunder 2, as it's called, where he hits himself with the PK Thunder, it is a lot safer of a move to use as the range of it does not decrease when hitting an opponent like Ness's does. His also can hit opponents multiple times upon colliding with them. So yeah, definitely more of a useful recovery tool than Ness's is, but it does make it a less powerful recovery to kill with, right? To KO with than Ness's is. But finally, the down special, the PSI Magnet, different from Ness's, can still absorb projectiles, energy-based projectiles. to heal, I think, up to a maximum of 30% damage. It heals 2.5 times the damage of absorbed projectiles, right? Up to a maximum of 30%. But instead of surrounding himself with the PSI magnet, he puts it in front of him, allowing him for it to be more of a, you know, up close in your face kind of move. If he utilizes it and lets it go while his opponent is in the shield, it will do some damage, a maximum of 8% damage, and also push him away quite well. Can also, it's a very useful tool to just push opponents away and also KO them at certain percentages. Can allow for dealing some damage and some semi-spike knockback. And then there we go. That's his moveset. Overall, the same as it was back in Brawl, and very similar to Ness's, right, as expected. But still has its own spin on it, spin on things that makes his moveset his own moveset. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lucas is a very cool character, but just like he works the same as Ness, but just very differently too. Alright, Lucas. The younger of the twin brothers from nowhere makes his triumphant return to the game of Smash. Hailing from the Japan-only game Mother 3, Lucas's specialty is psychic projectile attacks. He can use these PSI attacks to do He can use these PSI attacks to do things like absorb energy projectiles and deal supernatural damage. In the game of course, Mother 3 for the Game Boy Advance, a Japan-only title. Very disappointing, but what can you do? And they could have also added like Brawl, but it is what it is. But that is it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Thank you all so much for watching. In the next one, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode, running through as the next DLC fighter, Roy, a returning fighter from Melee. Another one from Melee, so that's pretty cool. So stay tuned for that one. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch and all of the other channels, are of course down in the description. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Pop-Tarts out.